Good morning, students. It's an amazing time. I love to take us through a very quick tutorial and Corel Draw, and also to give us our project. Immediately after the tutorial, I'll be giving us the project. So this is how you will submit your project. Once you do it, you're going to copy it in a flash drive and bring it to school. I'll copy it into my system, view it, then I'll give you a mark. This is your second CA. This was delayed somehow in your first CA. It's supposed to be your first CA, but it was delayed somehow, and I'm using this for your second CA. So please take this very serious. Go through this tutorial and make sure you do your project and send across. Alright, so let's start with our Corel Draw. So this is my Corel Draw, my screen. You can see my screen. Here's my Corel Draw application. So I'm going to double click to load up the file, and this how it's load normal. For those of you that have the license application, to load this and you say close, and it will load the Corel Draw interface straight away. Now if you look at my interface, you see my recent work I've done so far. You have all these work I've done so far. So whenever you've done series of work, you may have some of them displayed here for you. You have all of these. Alright, so let's not take ourselves too much. So first of all, to start with, we are going to go to a new file this, or you can just use your Control N. So I click on this and it opened up this for me. Once this opens, I will click OK. I don't need to change these settings. This setting here, width of 8.5 and height of 11 inches. This is the size for A4 paper size. I don't want to change anything here. I cannot. You mustn't change it here. You can change it in your main work. Once it opens here, up here for you. If you want to make any changes, adjustment to the size of your page, you can easily do that without stress. So how do you do that? First of all, let's change our paper orientation. Look at our orientation here. This is our portrait and this is our landscape. So if I don't want to use landscape, I want to use portrait, I just use this quickly, right? So I can just limit to landscape. Okay, before going to do any project, let's quickly have a tour of our Corel Draw interface. We have our select tool here. Now whenever you see any of these tool that has this small dark button, it shows that there are other options in there that you can explore. So if you look at our shape tool, pick tool here, you will see your pick tool, your free and pick, your transform, free transform. If we come to this tool here, you see your shape tool, your smooth, your smear, your twirl, your attract, repel, smudge, roughen. Then if you come to this, you have your crop, you have your knife, you have your virtual segment delete, you have your eraser. Then if you come here, you have your zoom tool, your pan. You come to this other tool, you have your free end, you have your 2-point line, your bezier, your pen, your B-spline, your polyline, your 3-point curve, your smart drawing. Then if you come to this other one, that system media is the only thing you have in here. Then you come to this, you have a rectangle and your 3-point rectangle. You come to this ellipse tool, you have also your 3-point ellipse tool. Then you come to this, your shapes here, you have your polygon, your star, your complex star, your graph paper, your spiral, your basic shapes, your arrow shapes, your flowchart shapes, your banner shapes, your color. Now take note, from this basic shapes to call out, there are several other shapes in there. When you click, if we click it, you will see it here. Look at it here. There are several other shapes. So each of those ones, from basic shapes to color to the call out, where you click, you see other shapes in here that you can also pick and use, like your art shape or the raindrop shape, anyone you call it. You have the raindrop shape, you have the art shape here, you have the power shape or the thunder shape. All of them, they are all there. Then this your text tool. In this your text tool, you have your text tool and your table tool together. Then you come here, you have your parallel dimension, horizontal or vertical dimension, angular dimension, segment dimension, 3-point call out. Then you have this other one called the straight line connector, right angle connector, rounded right angle connector, edit anchor. Then you have your drop shadow, your contour, your blend, your distort, your envelope, your extrude. And then here is your for your transparency tool only. Then you have your color eyedropper, attributes eyedropper. Then you have interactive mesh, interactive field and mesh field, and your smart field. Okay, so for the purpose of our learning, of course, you understand your menus, your edit. You have several of them here. Your view, your layout. You can explore this yourself, and if there's any question, you ask me in class. You have your effects, you have your bitmap, you have your text, you have your table, tools, windows, help. Okay, so for now, if you look at my color palette, let me just quickly click on my pick tool. If you look at my color palette, I have only one color type here. I think this is a default color palette, so I can still bring out several other colors I wanted. So I'll just come to this my windows here. Now I will come to my color palette. Then for now it's using just the default color palette, so I can add the CMYK color palette and RGB color palette. So I can just use like let me just add two more. I add the CMYK, then go back here, I add the RGB. Alright, so I have this color palette available here. Okay, so let's start with there, and then let's start with designing a very simple object. Before I give I will go through what will be our project. So for now, we are going to start design a card. So first of all, I'm going to pick my shape tool here, pick my rectangle tool, and I'll draw the shape I wanted. If I want it to fill the entire shape, I fill. If I don't want it, I can just drop it here. It doesn't matter. Even if I drop it here and I later want it to fill, I can just use this node here, because all of these nodes are working just for it to expand. Alright, so I can use this other node and drag and fill it up. So you don't need to stress yourself and to delete and to begin to redraw again. No, just use your nodes. So now, having done this now, I would need to do something else. We'll give it a color. Okay, I think this is better. Now you must also understand your color coding, because it will be somehow if we're using two colors that are dull or two colors that are shouting. That is when I'm shouting, I mean two bright colors. Somehow it will be stressing for the eyes to look at. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to pick up, I want to duplicate this, so I will click on it and I'll press on Ctrl D. It duplicates it for me, so I can just use this my node here, click, hold, and drag it down. Then I can use other color. Does it make sense? Does it really give me what I want? Let me try some other color. Click here and pick up all the available colors. Does it give me what I wanted? Okay, no. Okay, so let me use this. So I'm going to pick up this my shape tool here. So if I pick this up, if I click on this my shape tool, I have this selected, right? So what I'll just do, I'll just come to this place, to this convert to curves, or I can quickly press my Ctrl Q on the keyboard. It will still do the same thing. Now it is converted to curve, so I can actually edit this shape now. So I double click here and I drag it down. I double click here, drag it down, double click here, drag it down. So I will right click on this node, because each of these places I break and I drag down is called a node. So I can just convert to curve. Alright, convert each of those nodes to curve. So I convert this to curve. Then I will now delete each of those nodes. I'll delete each of those nodes after converting to curve. So I have this. So let me do something here now. So what I just did is I pick my select tool and I just only trying to play around with it. I just needed to give it a curve that I wanted. So I can drag it up here now. You see? That's good, right? So let me duplicate it again and give it this sharp color now. Or okay. One thing about designs is concept. So you must be conceptual. You must have a design. First of all, design it in your mind. Know what it wants you to look like before you can begin to design, so that if you're not getting what you wanted, you know that you're not getting it. All right. So first of all, let me just type something here. Okay, let me pick this too. I will need something like this based on my own design. I need something like this. So I will just take this down here. Will it be big? Okay, let me make it a little smaller here. All right. So let me duplicate it 2 times or even 3. So okay, let me delete the 2 and do this. Now I want to use one, resize one, and then duplicate that one. So I will have this in here, have this in here, and have this in here. So this is it now. Let me give this all of these shapes here. This is my circle shape. I'm going to put pictures inside. So let me go inside. This is my import tool. This is my import tool. This first tool, this one is for export. Then this is my import. So I click my import tool and I'll go into my computer to locate for pictures that I want to use for designs. Okay, let me just pick some pictures here and create some stunning designs. So I'm going to market all right. So I import. Oh, I picked 3. I need to pick another one. I'll go back and pick another picture. So I will still go and import. Whose picture will I use? Okay, let me use my star girl. Okay, let me use my star girl. Just pick this, import it. Now, as usual, I've taught us about a power clip. So let me separate these guys here. I'll put them back. So I'll just do, you make your choice which picture you want to use for which. Alright, so I can just pick up this picture, set objects, and I set power clip. Then my power clip, I can edit my power clip here. So if I come to my power clip, I'll click this edit. Look at these buttons here. I have my edit button. You have my select power clip content. I have extract power clip content, and I have a lock content to power clip. So I will use my edit. Look at my edit now. So I want to drag. If you look at, you see my circle, my oval shape. I need this face to fit into the frame. So I'll just use this node here. Adjust this. I'm also taking note that I don't go too much. Alright. So after that, I use this my TV button, stop editing content. So you see what it looks like. So this become my main character. I want to drop it a little outside of this shape because I want to cut that end out. I'll use my crop tool. Then let me just resize this a little and power clip this also. Drop this here. It's not what I wanted. So okay, somehow beta. So I'll carry this and drop here. I also power clip this girl. It's a power clip. Power clip this. Also adjust it to fit the way I want it. Stop the editing. Then the last one, this other one here, I'll still come and power clip this. Edit it to see that it's normal. So you have the head out there. So I'll clip this and I drop it here. I use my Control Home to bring it up. Control Home, bring this up. Undo. Control Home, bring this up. Alright, so I have this. So now when you want to cut out this very part here, when you want to cut out this very part, please and please, what you do, make sure that there is no other object on this interface here, because whatever you write here or any picture you drop here, once you cut, it will delete them out. So make sure there's nothing. So I'm going to pick my crop tool here, then I'm going to crop this from this point here. I select this to this end here, then I press my enter key to crop that out. So I have that out perfect. All right, so this is it. This exactly is taking a little shape from what we want it to look. I can just say the pick up my text tool, and that's it. Meet the coding stars of Master Code Academy. Now I want to break this. I just take my cursor here and I press my enter key to break it down. All right, so now I want to split the two lines separately. So I press my Ctrl K. So I have my meet the coding stars off separately and Master Code Academy separately. So I can drop this here. So let me change my font here to whatever I want. Let me use trebuchet. Then give it a color. What? This color. Bolding it. Then Master Code Academy. Make it a bit bigger. Give it size of 36. Still use trebuchet. Just a choice of the font. So bolding it, give it the same color. Then I will come to this, reduce the size, font size to 18. Having done this, now next thing I may want to just do is I may want to put a curses. I said come to our text, then I said courses. Web design and hosting, data analysis, Excel, graphics design, Office 365 management, app development, branding, online streaming services, etc. Now come here and say inquiries, tell, or let's forget about the tell, 08142 09. Then let me also put email. I don't want this. All right. So I can just pick up this. Then using trebuchet also, Ctrl K, split this, then picking up this band here, and just drop this here. All right, pick up my color here, or this color here. Yes, then I will use it and curses here, control home, it will come to the front layer, and do this. I can then once I'm done adding the bullet point, I will just carry everything. I forgot to add it at the beginning when I was typing there. So done with this, I can carry this now. All right, then drop it here. This text is too big, so let me use 14. All right, so using size 14 for the text, then give it a color of white. All right, and I said my inquiries, Control K. Now there are some shapes, hidden shapes in CorelDRAW that you can actually activate and pick up things one to one. So I'll just use Control key and F11. When I do that, this opens up for me. So I have my I can just, from this font here now, I look for webdings. Look for webdings, look at webdings, these 4 webdings, this normal webding, webdings, webding 2, webding 3. You can use any of them. All right, so let me just pick these webdings here, and it's load up these very tools up here for me. So I can pick up my telephone shape here and drop. All right, then delay. Okay, I have that. I have my call button too, then I have my email button. All of them are all here. So if that's all I needed, I can just use this to hide it, so that, see it here, whenever I want to use, I can just click on it. It will open up. When I'm done with it, I send it back. I don't want to be looking for it so much. So I have all of these available now for me. I can drop this one here, telephone, and drop my email. That's what I want to do, right? Then, so for my email, I can just put these 2 together close, then change their font, trebuchet, change their size to maybe 12. Then I can carry them to stand here. Now look at this. Whenever you have something like this, please don't panic for anything. I'll show you. I want to show you what you can do now. Look at this now. You have this, right? Just pick this, your zoom tool, then come click, let's fit to page. So I'll just click, hold, and drag over this very area. I want to see what exactly is there. All right, so I have this, so I can see well and arrange my things well. So I will do this right here now. Then let me switch to trebuchet. I love using trebuchet. Then I can give this. Then I have this guy here, my telephone. So I want this to be bold so that you can see very well. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to switch to impact text for the phone number. Alright, so when I do this now, what next will I do? I will just give it my color. If I want to give it a border color, I just right click on the color I want to use. Let's say now I want to use black. I go right click. I'm not showing, so I'll come to my border effect and increase the hairline. I'm increase it to, let's say, 3. Then I say scale with object and behind fill, and then I leave it there. See, it's out now. So that is simple. So for my email, I can just drop this here, carry this and drop it to arrange it properly. Alright, so I have this up flying. So after doing this, I can fit it back to page. Alright, so let me just do something. I'm going to do my shapes here. Pick my let me increase to 6 points. So I have this up here now, and say and just put here instructors. Refacing. So now I do this. All right. So let's stop here. So you see, our first project is complete. All right. So, having completed our first project successfully, let's quickly move straight to our second project. I want to add a new page. So I'll just come here and click this plus button. A new page is added. So I'll just do it. Let me quickly design a quick logo, which I need you to design too. So you have this. So having drawn your circle, I press P to centralize my circle. So I will duplicate this, then just reduce this size a little, then P to centralize. It's not, I still need some space there. I still need some space there too. So okay, so let me give this a thickness of 4 points. Give this a thickness of 4 points. So let me duplicate this outer shape too, then expand it a little, then alright, so I can give that very outline. Using my right click, this red, then the inner one, can give it this blue. No. So I control end to send that one back. Okay, so I can select this other one, then I give it blue, and let me control end to control plus end, so I can do this. Then I'll come to this other one. I want it to have the same red. I use this. So now I don't want I need this inner color here. I want to give it a feel of let me use this feel. Let me send it back. All right. Alright, so after this, let me just say what color will I put at the middle. If I put this, it will give us what we wanted. So what if I use this for here? Then I use this other color in here. Okay, I can leave this other place here neutral, white. All right, so now I want to type a name. Let me just type masternet. No, what I want to do now, masternet technologies. Masternet technologies. So I'm going to break it, Control K, and I break this text. All right. So let me say I change my font. I don't really like this area. Triple check. So I pick this. Now come to my text, and I say the fit text to path. So I have this. Okay, let me give it a color before doing that. So what color will be best for it? Let me give it blue. All right. All right. So I have this fit to path. Fit to path. Now look at this. This is not how we want it to be arranged. So we are going to use this mirror tool, mirror it. So we drag it down, place it where we want it. So I can go back to this, my insert character, my character toolbox here. Then I will just change this font to any of the normal font you know, so I can get this asterisk out. Alright, so I need this asterisk. I can just drop this asterisk here. Maybe I want to use it 2 pieces. I want to use it 2 places, duplicate it, then move the other one down. So I'll just select this, duplicate it, then drop it here. Alright, so let me just use the initial letters to form something like a logo. Empty, something like a symbol rather. So I can use, so I have this, I will drop at the middle. Alright, depends on everything's all about your concept. So you have this available. This can serve as a logo for a company. You understand? This serves as a logo for a company. And last but not the least, to add another one, let's create a card. So I pick up my rectangular tool and I drop this here. Then I pick this up. I'll draw this very shape here. You see this? Then I will right click and take this to join here. Okay, for you to be on the safer side so that you know what you're doing, after this zoom this so that you know what you're doing. Alright, then right click, make sure they are placed properly, join them together and then copy here. Now you can reduce, take this to page, then Ctrl arrow will duplicate it many times for you. Alright, that's the essence of that. So let's select this and then reduce this. Alright, and select this and reduce this. So let's group this. Look at this for group so that it's grouped as one object. Alright, so I'm going to have name, surname, first name, other name, date of birth, address, school name, signature, phone number. Alright, so I have this. No, I just don't like Arial. Treble check. Let me use feature. Alright, so I will Control K so that I break everything apart. Then I will add my name here. My name here. I have date of birth here. I have here, let me give it home address. Let me give a school address too. Alright, Control K, break it. So you have a school name, phone number, and signature. So I'm going to drop my signature here. Encode this student signature, then move here, call it teacher's signature. Okay, let me give something here. Let me give the registration number. Alright, so I have this drop here. So I can use, look at this is my ruler here. I can just drag this out here. I want to use it to make sure that everything is straight. Alright, so what I'll just do is picking this. I pick my pick tool. I carry this, drop it where it's supposed to be. Make sure none of them crosses this line. And drop this, drop registration number here. I can drop home address here. Drop school name here. Drop school address here. Then drop phone number here. Then this signature stuff should come here. Text page. Please make sure you use the same font I use. I need to follow accuracy too. The ability to follow instruction is very important, because you are having this as an exam. It is expected you follow the instructions that was given. So I have my registration number here dropped. Then I can use, duplicate this. I can drop this, my date of birth. Date of birth usually is month, year, right? You have month, I'm using my arrow keys now, month, year, and month, date, and year. So I have 2 for month, 2 for date, and 4 for years. I will ungroup this, Ctrl U, so that I can delete the last 3 out. So I have this out. So if I'm selecting this first 4, I can move this first 4 using my arrow keys. So I can also come to this 2 here, move this separately. See, now they are separated, right? Okay, so I'll pick up my shape tool here, then I'll come and draw font for the name. All right, then my home address, I can decide to duplicate this, duplicate this. Then for this signature stuff, I can use my bezier. Pick up from here and stop here. Pick up from here, so duplicate it and carry it down here. All right, so you see this now. So I have this remaining here. Let me reduce it. So look at what I want to achieve here now. Please pay attention. To drop here, surname, first name, and other name. I'll pick up my zoom tool and I'm zooming this in so I can see everything clearly. But this, drop it under. What size is this? 10. I reduce it to 8. Size is, drop it under, reduce it to 8. In this other one, reduce it to 8. So I can still use this one now. Just duplicate this, then I bring it down here, edit it, double click to edit. So after doing that, I can just put here month, duplicate this, bring it here, double click, date, duplicate it, bring it here, double click here. Alright, so the last thing is, I can just come here, say type personal information or biodata, whatever I want to use. I can choose to drop it here. Okay, let me do some physical things. So let me give it a shadow. So that's all. So I want to see you reproduce. Once you finish, of course you know how to save. Click on save your file and click save. Choose where you want to save it to, whether it's on your desktop, on your document, or anywhere you want to save it to. It's your choice. And choose anywhere. So I'm choosing desktop, and I call it BBHS JSS2 tutorial and project. All right, so that's all. So this two is your project. This one and this one is your project. You can rename each of them. Just a rename page and call it biodata. Okay, and rename this page and call it logo. All right, okay, that's all. So if you come here to our desktop, you see it here. All right, so you can just copy it and send it to your flash. You know how to do that. All right, thank you for your time. See you in the next tutorial.